Hello, it's Edwin from Think to Win, and I'm here with a new deck profile. As you guys can guess by seeing the IG, it's my BT10 Liberators. Yeah, well, pretty much if you guys saw the opening video of the trial deck, you could have guessed that I was making Liberators. Well, anyway, let's go on with the deck profile. So for the starter, I use Spring Beast Messenger. Reason I don't use Vanguard Liberator is because Vanguard Liberator requires you to have Blast Blade into the soul, and only way to get it into the soul is by riding it on your grade 2 phase. If you do not have Blast Blade in your hand, the starter cannot go away. That's why Spring Beast Messenger is a bit better. Basically the skill is, if you ride on the gold Paladin, got to regard. If you boost, and the attack hits the Vanguard, you can counter +1, put this card into soul, and you can check the top 3, call one of them to regard, and well, it's supposed to call it to regard and rest, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the skill. Thing is though, you can combo it with Josephus, which is pretty good. I use for speech with the 10 rank clone, but we'll be going on that later. So Spring Beast Messenger for the starter. Also the fact that it's 5k may also helps a lot. So for the trigger lineup, I run 4 crits, 4 more crits, 4 heal, and 4 draw. Yeah, basic lineup. Yeah, maybe run less draws if you had more crits, or more draws if you had more draws and you're in the set, but it's pretty much the only way everything you can run. You can run stands, but I don't recommend running stands because crits are in general better because they instantly give more damage, and stands pretty much require you to hit again to give more damage, so that's why I think crits are better. So for the grade 1 lineup, I run 3 Josephus, 3 Lou, 4 Marin, and obviously, if I'm going to run it like that, 4 Perfect Guards. 4 Perfect Guards because you have all the stupid abilities like Alfred hitting for high numbers, this deck as well. So if you only get hit by your opponent's Alfred, use Mark, Gancelot Buster, DDD, everything pretty much with high numbers requires you to have Perfect Guards, or else you're going to lose a lot of shield in your hand. Then 3 10k boosters, because if you put it behind Alfred and you have full field, it's going to be 31k, which is pretty nice. It's a very good number, especially since everything is 11k right now. That's why I run 3 Lu, and it requires you to have 3 other Liberator rearguards, so please keep in mind that this one itself does not count, so you need to have 4 in total. And 3 Josephus, Din Drain, like ability. If you call this from your deck, you can Soul Blast 1 Liberator card, and you can draw 1 card. Yeah, it's also 7k instead of the 6k Din Drain. That's why this is a bit better, but you cannot use it with Gormor, since Gormor is not in the Gormor deck. You do not have any Liberators. So yeah, and you also require to have Vanguard of Liberator. So that's pretty much for the 7k. And 3 10k with 7 plus 3k, so 10k attackers. Marin, instead of being an 8k booster right now, is going to be the 7k 10k attacker. Pretty much the same tactic as with Eradicators. Go to regard, bash on the early phase, then afterwards put it back, call another unit and boost with it and attack again. You can even call one in front of each other, whatever you want, as long if you boost with it, I guess. Yeah, also nice that you can also attack the rear guards if you do not have a booster. I mean attacker, so you can pretty much like this and attack their 10ks or whatever. That's really nice about 10k attackers, very important in this new meta. Next for the grade 2 lineup, 4 10ks, 4 Fallon 9 12ks, and 3 Escrod. Yeah, 4 10ks to avoid Escrod, so yeah, not much explaining that. Same with the Eradicated deck, that's why I have 4 of those. 9 12ks, same like Marin, it gains 3k when it attacks. Very good in this meta since every grade 1 is 7k, so basically call this 2 regard early game and they need to blow for 10. Oh, unless they do not guard and get heals on draws, but pretty much it forces out 10k shield out of your opponent. Very good card. Also, always being able to hit the 11k Vanguards also makes this card very, very, very good. And Escrots, everyone knows him, everyone thinks he's annoying, because pretty much the fact of, if you hit the Vanguard with it, you get cards +1, check the top card, and call it to regard. So basically +1. It's Vivian on crack. Also, notice that for some reason all the male versions of their older cards are pretty much better than the female versions, because Vivian required a booster, this one does not, and Josephus was 7k instead of 6k Dendrain. Well, yeah, thank you, Bushiroad. I guess the feminists would like that, like to hear that. Anyway, then for Gancelot, yeah, Gancelot skill I explained in the opening video. Pretty much, if you break right, you gain 10k and get 5k power to 3 other Vanguard, Soul Saver like ability. Also, it gains 2k whenever it attacks Vanguard, so yeah, that only works on Vanguard as well, but it's pretty much guaranteed to hit cross rights, so yeah. And for the star of the deck, Alfred. Yeah. So basically, Alfred's skill, he has multiple skills, so he gains his old ability again, which is like gain 2k for every Liberator rearguard when it's attacked. So it's going to be 21k, but the difference with this card is you can still boost. So that means if you have the Lu booster, it will hit for 31k if you have a full field, or at least 3 other riggers or 4 riggers total, which is very, very, very nice. Also, his other ability is counter +2, check the top card, and call to regard. Pretty much like Izel, but this one does not gain the power, so that's the only difference with Alfred. So yeah, how to play this deck, not that hard, basically sack, but still, okay, right to grade 1, attack, right to grade 2, attack, and try to top deck as much, try to get as much pluses if you can early game with Escort. That's why I run in 1-3. Late game it does not hit anymore, unless your opponent heals all the time, you get double trigger all the time, you put all on Escort and you attack with him. That's maybe the only way to get Escort off the very late game, but early game it's pretty good. If your opponent rides a 9k, punish them by using Escort. Then late game, if you still have Counterblast open, use Alfred. And yeah, pretty much complete your field. If you get Josephus, you're lucky. If you do not, if you get all triggers, you have bad luck. It's just how Gold Paladin works. The difference with this deck though is that it has something else. Like if you do not draw any of your Alfreds, you can do it IG style and pretty much break right over break right over break right over break right. Thing is though, you're pretty much guaranteed to have multiple riggers on the field, unless they're playing Eradicators or Kaguro. You're guaranteed to have the 3 in the back anyway, so that's why break right over break right kind of works. It's a bit of meh, but still, compared to having a Vanguard that does nothing at all, is always better. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the deck profile. If you guys like our videos, please subscribe and like the videos. And yeah, see you guys at the next video. And be sure to post the questions down on the comment section below.